Hey everybody, I'm KUSA and welcome back to home. This game is really giving me the heebie-jeebies, and we just drained this area and now we're going down a ladder. So let's continue. I have no idea what's going on, but it's spoopy. Looked like the water drained out of that grate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? Yes! I pocketed the small key, but it was so odd-shaped. I had no idea what it might open. It'll open your face, buddy. The safety poster had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. Alright, well, since I can't seem to open the door, let's go up this ladder. Oh my god, the way that it does that, that zoom into first person for opening doors and climbing ladders just really bothers me. This door seems reasonable. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what happened. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. I found another dead body, a sewer worker. He was a mess, but he looked like he'd been stabbed. I could see a keyring that had fallen out of his pocket. Did I take it? Yes! I worked up the nerve to snatch the keyring away and put it in my own pocket. I'll bet that keyring will let me open that previous door. I used the keyring to unlock the door. The shelf was full of security tapes. The shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized, though covered in dust. Looked like the tape I found was the one that was missing from the shelf. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wondered what was on that VHS tape I found. Did I play the tape? Yup. Oh no. The video showed a man, right there in the sewers, being attacked. The tape looked fuzzy and stretched, like somebody had tampered with it. It looked like there could have been two men. I wondered what was on the tape and why it was thrown out. I couldn't stand to watch that video again. Oh, poor guy. He got stabbed up. I could smell a hint of fresh air here. I must have been finally getting out of that strange facility. But I wondered, did that key I found on the sewer worker open anything else? Oh, there was another locked door. I remember the locked door, right? I'm not, like, wrong about that, maybe? I tried a bunch of the keys on the keyring I had found on that sewer worker, and one of them seemed to fit. A collection of stale liquor bottles covered the floor. The wall was littered with dozens of old, faded papers. Whoever did this was obsessed with some local murders. According to some of the clippings, bodies had been found in ravines, in the forest, and in one case, dumped in the back of an abandoned truck. I couldn't be sure, but I thought some of these articles had also been pasted up back in those tunnels. A faded receipt was half trampled on the floor. It was from the local train station and was for 2 tickets. I didn't know what use it could be, but did I keep the receipt? Yes. Seems important. I really regret not keeping that photo in the last episode. But... Ah! No! Excuse you! Excuse you! That was really rude. No. Bad. Ugh. Oh my god. It's awful! I'm getting out of here. Right now. Up the ladder we're going. I cursed the weight of the gun as I hobbled up the ladder. Would I really need it, or was there some other reason for wanting to carry it around? The thought of that videotape still haunted me. Who was it that didn't want to be seen? Was it the same person that hid all those newspaper clippings away in that locked room? I could go no further up the ladder, and thumping the latch above me, finally found my escape. The stench of that sewer finally abated, and I could smell old, damp pine trees. Excuse you, spooky eyes. I want nothing to do with you. Oh, why this? An old ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I could climb it. Did I extend the ladder? Yup! I popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Great, more bats. In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Yes. The wallet was missing its contents, including any cards or ID. It was worn, but light. It made carrying the gun around seem more awkward. Where were my driver's license and credit card? From the railing, I could see over the woods and down to the entrance to the sewers. Had I come through there before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. I tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit, and I heaved open the rusty door. Ah! The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had becoming strangely chilly. Now where am I? The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. I don't like this. Why am I here? What am I doing? An old ticket booth that looked fairly ruined. Inside the ticket window were sheets of paper in. Wait, what were these? Train receipts? I thought the receipt I had picked up might match these, but of course not. This station had been closed for years. The ticket must have been for the newer station that opened up on the other side of town, after this one was abandoned. However, I noticed a series of fresher-looking paper, covered in tiny notes, scribbles, and diagrams. It looked like someone had been leafing through the old ledgers looking for something. A name, perhaps? I don't like it. Not at all. An old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to that old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I had found in those tunnels had similar locations marked. And the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? The old train was ripped open and hanging from a shred of metal, as well as the broken fence. Oh, and hanging from a shred of metal, as well as the broken fence, was a dark-stained patch of cloth. It looked synthetic, like some kind of outerwear. Inside the train's shell, I could see a few faint impacts, like wounds. Could they have been bullet marks? Was somebody shot there? The ground was well worn, though I couldn't really make anything out. I realized I was touching the gun I had found as I thought. This is really becoming quite unpleasant. But I guess I'm just gonna keep going then. Gonna go the other way, which doesn't help. Ah, no. These rusty doors are really getting to me. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on the map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here, the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Oh, why did I do that? Trampled into the dirt and glass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Yes. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully, I could find my driver's license, too. Through the fence, I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wondered if I could find my way around. No. No! There were some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there was a notebook too. Did I read it? Yes. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was page after page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. Rachel! Her name was last on the list and had a mark beside it in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather, and Rose had also been crossed out, but these marks looked older and more faded. What is going on here? A few embers still burned within the fire pit. Who was camping here? Was it... One of the two folding camping chairs was knocked over, and there was beer spilled everywhere. Where did the campers run off to in such a hurry? There was a cheap two-person dome tent. Through the screen on the front, I could see 2 sleeping bags, backpacks, and a small cooler. What is going on? No, 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 don't look. No, no. I have to. The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. A musty wooden plank propped up the stall door. It didn't really seem useful. Did I bother to take it? Yeah. I wasn't sure why, but I took the plank. The washroom stall was filthy and disgusting. I wanted to get away as quickly as possible. Okay. I really, really do not like any of this. The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. I had finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. Nope! Through the dense trees, I could finally start to see some light. I must have been at the edge of the forest, though I wasn't sure where the path ahead of me would lead. I could almost feel the cryptic notebook in my pocket as I tried to think about what it could mean. And where had the campers who had abandoned their site? Would I meet them too? Though the path ahead of me was less dense, I still felt guarded and wary. Who knew what was ahead? Well, not me! But we're gonna find out next time! So yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you're thinking. Preferably in relation to this, I guess. though I'll listen to pretty much anything. So yeah, things are getting a little bit creepy. A lot of bit creepy, really. Who knows what's in store for us next time? But that's what we're gonna have to find out. As always, I'll see you next time.